is Lala again. I just had a noon nap. Before and during my nap, I just feel like my heart beat so fast. And then when I woke up, like some memory flashed back to me because I am sleeping next to a table and a chair, and my memory flashed back to me. That is a peaceful memory, enjoyable one. And I remember when I was in my childhood, my school year, it's like primary, secondary schools, I was a very good student. I enjoyed studying. Like outside of school time, I went home and then I sit at the table doing exercise, and at that time I didn't notice, but now when I remember that time, the little girl sitting at the table doing homework passionately, it's very beautiful. It's kind of meditation, and I really enjoyed it. And actually I was not disturbed by anyone in my family. Like everyone supported my not only mine, because in my culture, like when you see some kid are doing exercise, learning, studying at the table, then everyone, they will let you do whatever you want. Like study is supported in every family. And at that time I was a very diligent student, and I enjoyed it so much. I can spend like the rest of the day, except for the school time, eating time, I just studied. And now when I remember back, it was so beautiful and so peaceful, and it was a kind of feeling that beautiful. Why I cry? Because these days and these years, I got a lot of stress at work, at the relationships, dealing with life and people, and I find myself shy in front of people, hard to communicate. My throat is like it's stuck, and I find it very hard to communicate like naturally and honestly with other people. I even don't know what I think, what I want, and I often feel small in front of people, even in front of children. Then I was a teacher, and then I was helpless with my job, dealing with 3-year-old kids. They are at their crisis as well, and I was at my crisis, and then I got deep depression. It was also the COVID-19 breakdown, and I got deep depression, and I at that time I blamed my parents for my depression. And now sometimes when I'm lonely, because when I have difficult feelings, I don't feel like sharing with anyone. My mom no, my dad no, my siblings no, my friends no. I suffer my thoughts inside my head alone. Most of them the judgments, negative thinkings, negative thoughts and downs, and yeah, and I suffer alone. And then I blamed my mom and my dad for not loving me, for not trying to reach me when I was a kid. Because I know inside me, deep inside me, I had a lot of things to say, but I thought that no one would listen to me. And then I closed myself to other people since I was very young. I isolated myself. That is kind of my protection mode. Yeah, it was part of my parents' fault. But they didn't mean that, because they don't know how. Because their parents, they didn't do that to them. Yeah, they just focus on making as much money as possible to board us, pay for the food, pay for the school, and they didn't have time to spend with kids. And even they did have, and they didn't know how to spend time with kids. And I used to blame my parents for not loving me. But that was how things go. I cannot change anything. Even now I blame my parents, and they said that they agree that they're mistakes. But then they couldn't do anything because they don't know how. Yeah, it's not their fault at all. It's also not my fault, because I was just an innocent child. I couldn't do anything. So I think it's just the gods, how to say, it's the gods want. Yeah, because I have a kind of mission related to my trauma, love and children. I'm gonna find out. I'm on my journey to understand more about myself and find out my mission, what I can do to help other people, and what I can do to the world. Still, it's so messy, foggy in my head. But today, when I remember the moment I sit at the table and studying peacefully, enjoyably, nobody pushed me to do that. I just do that, enjoy that, and I had to thank my mom and dad for like trying to create every condition for me to study. That is the best thing they can do. Thank you. Thank you, mom and dad. And sorry for blaming you so far. Sometimes I can't help because I was stuck. I had no hope. I had to find some way to get out. I don't know. But right now, I know that, yeah, you love me the best way you can. Maybe it's not the way I want, but that's the best you can do. And I really appreciate that. These days, I cry a lot. Even the little thing touches me, move me, and I feel more like in my intuitiveness, my intuition start to grow, I think, and I like it. And thank you. There's just one question I want to ask the universe, like, so do I have to try? Because sometimes I feel like I have to try, or else I will be left behind because I'm too slow on my path, kind of that. And yeah, other people, when they see me, they will accuse me for being lazy, but it's just because I have a lot of fears and I don't know what to do exactly. So I just have one question, like, do I have to try to do anything, or you just let me go? Of course you will give me signs, and I still have to try my part, right? I know, but it's really hard. I have a lot of fears. Okay, but I will try. Love you, Lala. Okay, that is what I want to share today. Bye. Thank you for listening.